Hey everyone, welcome back to this beautiful channel. It's your favorite webcomic creator and animator, the Chainsaw Maniac, here with another video for you guys on the Webtoon 2025 contest. And that is coming up, you know, that $1 million contest that we were all talking about, that everyone's talking about. I mean, I see videos just popping up in my feed, people talking about it, and I thought, you know, this might be a good chance to hop on that bandwagon, you know, get that thing going, because I have entered a couple of contests myself. I haven't won anything, but I have some tips for you guys, okay, on what to look out for contests, you know, in this manner. I guess I guess it's similar to the call to action contest in a way, not similar in the sense of all the prizes you can win, and I'm not sure if the criteria is exactly the same, but we're gonna have a look at that. As you can see, I have it up here, you know, on the Webtoon website. They have, you know, the overview of the whole contest, what exactly is about to happen. If you guys want to know more about this and you want to go in depth on this, the homeboy Apollo, you know, on Pantheon Talks goes deep into this stuff. You know, he knows what the hell he's talking about. I'm most likely just going to talk about strategies and things you can use to kind of help you move forward within the contest, getting the views, getting the likes, yada yada, you know, things to help you along, especially if this is your first, you know, comic. I'm going to mention a few things like in terms of the Webtoon platform and how exactly, you know, the format works and stuff like that. I'm just gonna briefly go over that as well, so that you guys are kind of up to it and you know exactly what's going on, so you're just not, you know, completely like a fish out of water. So with this contest, you know, there's gonna be winners, there's gonna be losers, you know what it is. I think what people don't talk about exactly what benefits you might get from this contest. Even though you might lose, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of benefits to entering a contest. Take my call to action entry for example. It got a lot of eyes on my work, and you know, I got a lot of people reading my comic and actually coming to my YouTube channel because I made a cool ass trailer for it, and everyone is having a look at it, and you know, it's pretty cool. And there's also like YouTubers going around like reading the comics, you know, the entries that are coming out, I mean, as they're being dropped, you know, from a certain period of time, because there's a range of time. So it's like the 10th of March, I think. If I find it later on, I'll probably pop it on the screen so you guys can see. But I think it's 3 months you have to submit your entry. So I think you have March, April, and May. So I think end of May is like the last. Within that time frame, you can gain a lot of stuff within the time frame, whether it's your fan base, people getting eyes on your work, a lot of notoriety for your comic, you know, getting basically Webtoon's attention first of all as well. If you guys are into, you know, getting into Webtoon and being originals and stuff like that, maybe they might even spotlight you next time, you know. So this is like a good and a prime opportunity to actually establish that as well. It's also a good learning curve for you. So if you guys, you know, want to improve your art, this is the time. If you guys want to improve on your storytelling, this is the time. Everything that you want to improve on is going to improve within this contest, because it's going to really push you, because you actually want to win, because there's a giant incentive on this contest. So you're going to push yourself like super hard to get in there. So it's going to up your level. So you're going to win either way, whether or not you do actually win the prize money and stuff like that. As an artist who enters this contest and actually puts their blood, sweat, and tears into it, the grind is going to pay off, guys. You're actually going to see a giant improvement in your artwork as well as your storytelling and everything like that. There's a strategy actually that I personally am going to use. Did help me a lot in the call to action contest, where I actually built a full-on animated trailer, and a lot of people did this in the call to action contest as well, not only me. And it wasn't like completely fully animated, because you know, not a lot of them are animators like me, you know. So like they had this whole thing going, and it was pretty cool. Everyone had their trailers out, and I'm not quite sure if people are going to put that much effort into this contest as they did back then. But then again, this is $1 million, so I mean, I might be talking out my ass. They might actually just push this envelope way too far until it explodes, right? So I don't know how far they're going to push it, but I'm definitely going to push it as hard as I can. I'm going to make my trailer as per usual, and I'm going to create 3 episodes as well. You know, normally I create 3. Last time they asked for 1. I can create 3 now. I can go all in with my 3 episodes, and there's a strategy in terms of building your audience, building your likes, building stuff like that. And even after, and this is what I was thinking, because you post your first 3 episodes, right? And this is one thing that I was also thinking, like, can you continue posting after those first 3 episodes? Because that will also increase your engagement. It will also increase like people reading your comics and stuff like that. So in terms of also exactly what time and when you actually actually post your stuff, you know, how it might boost some of your ratings and stuff like that, your audience engagement. So there is a lot of strategy to this. It's not just basically just getting all 3 episodes done and posting it. There is a strategy to posting, and basically what I'm thinking is how Webtoon is going to do this, because obviously they want their, you know, the people who's going to win this contest and become the new originals on their Webtoon platform. So if you can actually show them that you can post on schedule every single time, like at the exact time, like let's say you set a schedule for yourself, you know, that's something that they want to see. I'm assuming, like, if I was a Webtoon, you know, the guy who runs shit, that's exactly what I want to see, is that they can handle that load of uploading as well as holding a schedule. That's kind of what I'm looking for, you know, if I'm in that position. That's just kind of what I'm assuming, right? I'm not up there. I don't work for Webtoon. I don't know exactly what they're thinking about. You have to kind of think about exactly what they're looking for, and always read through the criteria as well. Like, what exactly is the criteria? What exactly are they looking for here? So this is something that I would also do. I'm going through these series because these are they basically gave you a template for what they're looking for in a series within these genres, right? They're giving you a template. You have to go out and read these comics, see exactly what the creators did that intrigued Webtoon and brought them along, you know, on the trail. Like, what is it in drama and romance that they're looking for over here? Find this comic. Why are they putting it here? It's the template, guys. It's the actual formula that they're putting out here. They're giving you the secret recipe, guys. They're giving you the secret sauce. Yeah, like horror, thriller, mystery, supernatural. Bam, template. Comedy, slice of life, bam, template. They're putting templates, guys. They're putting it out there. They're saying this is what we want over here. This is what we want over here. They're giving you the formula, guys. They're literally giving you the formula. I'm not saying copy this exact like storyline, copy the exact way they writing the story or whatever, right? And you just change a few letters around. Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, now you know what to look for in an action fantasy, right? You know what to look for now in a romance drama, because they're giving you the formula, guys. This is the comic that they put up in your face. Like, they literally shoving the comics that they like in your face. So you have to basically get as close to these templates as possible, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking of, right? But also they're looking for more diversity in terms of the comic selection as well. You basically look at this and you say, what makes this a good action fantasy, right? Now, it might not be your thing, but it might be someone else's thing over on Webtoon. I'm just putting us out there for those of you who want to win. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm just here to play the game, right? I'm gonna do what I like. If no one likes it over there, you know, tough cookies. I don't care, okay? But only if this comic is absolute trash. You know what I mean? Like, they might put comics up on here and you read it and you're like, that kind of sucked, right? So then you know, oh, this sucks and they like it, but I don't like it, right? That's when you can kind of switch it up. You can get as close to the template as possible, but you can switch it in your way and make it kind of your thing, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at here. Guys, you gotta get into their minds, guys. You gotta hop in there and see exactly what's going on. I know it's kind of weird hopping into the Webtoon people's minds with this type of stories that are out there. That's about 40 winners. We have about 40 winners here, so guys, we can get very lucky here. And don't just listen to all the nonsense that I have to say. Like, actually go to Webtoon and read through this, guys. You have to read through this closely. You want to know what they're looking for. Go through the official rules. Here's the official rules, guys. You want to read through all this. Don't be a lazy piece of shit, right? Read through all this stuff, guys. You want to know exactly what's going on. Don't put out German, okay? We want English, okay? English. You see it fat there. Submission to requirements. They even bolden it for you guys. Read through this. Read through this, guys. Must be full color, full-length episodes written in narrative format, okay? Narrative format. You see that? Now we go on Google, we type in narrative format. What the hell's a narrative format? You hear over here, you see this. It has a plot. It has characters. Narrative format is a structure or layout of story which includes the order of events, characters, settings, conflict, and theme. Guys, you read this, you're like, okay, I know exactly the structure. Basically, it's a story, guys. Basically, But you gotta go into detail with the stuff if you guys want to win, you know what I mean? You gotta read through the stuff. Original work. You see that, guys? Original work. Don't steal shit. Like I said, it's a template. Don't verbatim copy the story, okay? You're gonna get in there, you're gonna read exactly what the story says, and you're gonna see the template and be like, okay, that's what they're looking for, and then you're gonna do your own thing, right? If you want to do original work, no AI, guys, no AI. Absolutely not, because it's not copyrighted. Here we go. You see this uploading? You have to read it, guys. Must be uploaded using one of JPEG. It has to be JPEG or this JPEG or PNG formats, okay? The submissions must not exceed 20 megabytes, 100 images. Now, for those of you who don't know, so this is 100 images, which is 100 slices of 12 by 800 pixels, I think. 12 height, 800 wide pixels. That's how big the image is, guys. So each 100 images are that big. It's actually a bit over that. It's actually 1280 by 800, I think, or 760 or something like that. It's not the exact 12, but I normally go 1200 by 800. It normally works perfectly, guys. 1200 in height, 800 in width. Like it works perfectly. It works absolutely fine for every single format out there, and it cannot exceed over 20 megabytes. So you're gonna have to compress your images, guys. And normally what I do is I make the format like double. I normally make it like, if it's 1200 by 800, I normally make it, 2400 by 1600. I normally go by that, and then I obviously just bring it down. The reason why I do that is so that you don't lose quality, basically. I might go through this later on, but this is just the basics, basically, of what you're gonna have to go through. You're gonna have to go through all this, guys. You're gonna have to read through it. I have to read through it. You have to read through it. Everyone has to read through it, okay? You have to know also, like, the grand prize winner. You have to know this, right? Yeah, see, this is why you need a lawyer to read through this, because they do sketchy shit like this. Like, what the hell's an ARV? Do they just not specify exactly what ARV is, or am I just dumb? Probably just dumb. So yeah, guys, you gotta read through all this. This is a lot, guys. You're gonna have to read through all this. You're gonna have to read through it, and you have to also, if you don't know what the hell's going on here, get a law official to read it. Get someone grown to read through it, whether to parents, if they know a little bit of law, if they know exactly kind of like what is speaking about here, because Webtoon does this sneaky shit where they don't specify certain stuff, and it's just gonna confuse the shit out of you. Like, they just use very confusing languages in the contract. So read through it with a law official. Please do so. You don't want to get caught with your pants down, you know. Another thing to bring up here is also knowing the audience. So Webtoon's audience, you have to know your audience and exactly who you're writing the story to. So if it's action fantasy, that's why you need to read through a lot of action fantasy in Webtoon as you're making a story, because you want to take those as templates. Take the most promoted action fantasy. This is if you're doing action fantasy. You can actually apply this to all the genres. Take any other comic that is doing very well in a genre according to Webtoon in terms of promotional status. Take those as templates. So you're gonna read through all those. You're gonna see exactly what Webtoon was impressed by. You can see exactly why they picked exactly those specific comics, and you're gonna go through it and you're gonna read through them, and you're gonna see exactly what is the common factor that actually pulled Webtoon to this comics, right? And once you do that, you're gonna have a fat old template for yourself, which you're gonna use to win the contest. Okay, guys, this is the formula. I'm giving you guys like secrets here, guys. I'm giving you guys secrets, okay? Might as well like the video, share it to your friends, okay? Subscribe, you know what to do. Now we're gonna go more into planning your entry exactly, and like what you're gonna do, how you're gonna plan it. Basically, in terms of like I said, you're really doing the first part of your planning when you read through the Webtoons that Webtoon hand selected and actually like are actively promoting. Obviously, if it's something shit, it's something that you don't like, that's fine. Right? You just take that template and you turn it into something that you would enjoy making and that the audience would enjoy reading, okay? That's what you got to do. Now, I don't know how exactly to do that for you guys, because I only know to do things the way I know how to do things. So it might be different for everyone, but you got to find that sweet spot and you got to take advantage of it, okay? You're going to do some rough planning. Now, it depends on exactly what type of artist you are. I don't know, in terms of comics, and web comics, some of you might even not actually be artists, right? You might actually be more of a storyteller, so you might actually team up with someone who knows how to, draw and stuff like that. But obviously there is a planning process, so you need to have a rough planning. Me personally, I storyboard my stuff out because I'm an animator and I use my skill. I mean, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at animation, so surely I'm gonna stick to my strengths and write the comic as if it were an animation, and how I would plot things and stuff like that. So I'm using my strengths here to strengthen, my comic, basically. Also, you gotta hook your audience in the first episode. Have to hook your people in the first episode. You gotta hook them up, guys. You gotta do it. That's why I like to start with the most hard-hitting stuff off the bat. The craziest shit ever starts immediately, okay? I start immediately with that hard-hitting, crazy stuff, people dying, like whatever it is, right, to get the story going, and just kind of slap my audience in the face with like some awesomeness, and then they're just like, what the hell happened, right? They're like so dumbfounded, like, what's happening? Why is people dying? What the hell's going on? They want to know more. They hooked already. They're in it. They're in the business, okay? They're in the business, and I just open shop. That's basically what's happening here, guys. That's what you gotta do. You gotta capture them. You gotta captivate them. You gotta hook them up. You gotta, I don't know what this motion is, but you gotta do that, okay? That's the only way to get into them. Pause. And then you gotta plan your release schedules. Now, this is what I talked about earlier. There's a certain way to obviously schedule and plan the releasing of your episodes, because obviously you want to show Webtoon that you know how to keep a schedule, you know how to stay on schedule and meet your deadlines, because that's what they want from an originals creator. If you want to be originals, if you want to earn the contract, because that is probably part of the judging criteria, but I'm not saying it is, because I might not know, because I didn't actually read through the full thing. So don't take my word for it right now, but read through the stuff. Make sure you read through it, okay? I'm just saying, if I was a Webtoon executive, that is exactly what I would look for in a creator who's representing my platform. I want him to meet the deadline, be on schedule, basically business stuff, basically. So that's what you would want to try to do, is kind of keep on schedule. So let's say March, April and May, that's actually the 3 months that like the contest is going through in terms of the submission period. So what you want to do is maybe post an episode in March, in April, in May if you want to. You can even do March. And then like every week just post an episode. You can start on March and then just post an episode every week. That's up to you. You don't have to post exactly 3. You can even do more than 3 for the utmost audience engagement. And even if you don't win, you have an ongoing comic happening now with a growing audience who was basically boosted by the contest. So that's why I say this is the best time to start this, your comic making journey, because now you're gonna get this like fat ass boost from this contest. It's just gonna shoot your stuff to the moon. So that's why you want to start now. It's the best time to start. Get that buffer going. Start your comic, guys. Don't make it a long comic as well. Make it nice, short and sweet. Don't go too overboard. Make it 12 episodes long. Make it 24 episodes long. You can even split it up by seasons. You can make it, maybe I would say for like a short comic, your first comic, don't exceed over 30 episodes. Don't exceed over 30 episodes. You can go maybe till 50, but beyond that, try not to hit beyond that, because you're just gonna burn yourself out and you might even get bored of the comic. So that, unless it's something that you actually enjoy and you love the shit out of this comic, and this is the comic you're gonna do for the rest of your life, like a One Piece, like a Naruto, like a Bleach, like a Dragon Ball, like this is your thing, this is what you're gonna do, right? That's fine. But you're gonna have a lot of duds in the beginning, guys. You're gonna have a lot of shitty comics in the beginning that is just gonna be, just gonna die, on the side of the road. So you're gonna have to leave them on the side of the road and just keep driving until you find, the next best thing, and the thing that actually hooks your audience much more than any of those did. But it's a learning experience. So the more comics you put out, the more better you get at, making the comics, putting it out there, getting the audience, you know, and just promoting your stuff and whatever. So you're gonna get good at all that stuff, and you'll be way better at it in the future. And therefore, you know, this is a good experience. Good experience, good grind time. I can't stress this enough. You guys have to read the criteria in which they're judging. You have to read that. Just know exactly what the criteria is. You don't want to miss any of the points. You don't want to miss any of the rules and regulations, exactly what they want you from you. Like, you don't want to miss any of these points, guys. Otherwise, you're not going to win. You're going to be disqualified, okay? And you get all that work for nothing. You have to read through this, guys, okay? You have to read through it, okay? Judging criteria already, yeah, I'm seeing it on the screen, okay? Artwork is 20%, the quality and clarity of the visual images in your webcomic, okay, guys? That means it has to be clear what exactly is happening. If you go on my channel, there's a video of me discussing what like clear panels and how to define clear actions. There's a video on my channel. I'll put a link somewhere, okay? Go to that video and see exactly how I break the panels down, how you can clear up some, you know, actions, and how to maybe awesomeify it, you know, make it really cool. There's another video I did on how to make your comics look more cooler. I can't even remember what the hell the video's name was, but it's in the links, okay? Head over there, look through that as well. I go through it. It's pretty cool, okay? Storytelling and hooks, okay? The flow and readability of the narrative component of the webcomic, okay? The narrative should lay the groundwork for the character development and encourage anticipation in the reader to find out what happens next. So you gotta hook the shit out of them, okay? You gotta put in that factor, you know, that why is this happening factor, though I want to know more factor. You gotta put that in there. You gotta somehow squeeze that into your comic formula. So you gotta lay down the groundwork. You gotta make them ask a few questions, and then slowly answer those questions as the comic goes on. You know, you gotta leave some bits and pieces, and the best place to leave this is either in the middle of the episode, and then you can maybe somewhat answer it at the end, but you leave a bit of a cliffhanger for the next one, you know, for the conclusion of that, you know, question. So you will basically, you bunny hopping off episodes in terms of the end of your episode. So you make an end that's not actually an end that people's gonna be like, huh? Okay, I want to know more. I want to know what's gonna happen next. Why is this guy here? You want them to be interested in this, guys, okay? The impact and satisfaction. A clear, creative, and engaging narrative promise that understands expectations of readers in their selected genre. This might not be, I might not get a lot of points here because I break people's expectations. I break their minds, okay? So even though it's clear, it's creative, it's engaging, it's not what the people expect, always. Unless it's expectations in terms of quality of the overall impact and satisfaction, then maybe, you know, definitely with me, but like maybe, I don't know, it's up to the reader. The potential appeal of the story. So this is audience appeal and engagement is 40%, guys, 40%, yeah. So the potential appeal of a story to the target audience, very important. The story pulls in your target audience, whatever your target audience is, how that pulls it in. So yeah, you guys gotta read through all this, guys. You have to read through this. This is very important, guys. Very important if you want to win this contest, if you want to get the cash, if you actually want to put a step in the right direction in terms of building your webcomic. This is the place where you're gonna have to read through all this and actually read the words very carefully, because you know, you read through a sentence and it doesn't make sense. You gotta read through it bit by bit. You gotta pick those sentences apart and you have to read through it properly. Otherwise, you're gonna be confused, guys. You have to, when you see this important note, read the important note. Don't be like, important note for who, right? Don't just scroll through it, okay? Read through everything, guys. Make sure you read through everything. I said that a million times throughout this video. I just want to emphasize the importance of reading through everything. I'm going to read through all this, guys. I have to understand exactly what they want from me, exactly what is needed in this contest. I might even go through it with a legal guy, just so I know, okay, this is what they're asking. And you know, I might see something, oh, I don't like that. I might still enter the contest, even though I don't like certain things in here. Something that if I win, but then I just won't accept the reward, you know, I'll just decline the reward. So I mean, that's just fine. Now, is it worth it to enter this contest? Hell yeah, it's absolutely worth it, even if you don't win, guys. hear me carefully now. Even if you don't win, you still win, because you're getting eyes. You're getting Webtoon is basically like shoving people's eyes onto your comics. Like they literally handing you an audience here, guys. So like, this is the chance now to make your name known, to pull your audience towards you, right? The audience that you want, the people that wants to read your comic, they're gonna see it within this contest, guys. They're gonna read through it. Even me, I will be doing a stream to where when you guys submit your entries, if you hop on the stream with me, we're gonna do a little reading party, right? You guys hop on the stream with me, you just give me the name, I will read through it, I'll let you know what I think about it, we go through it, right? You get more eyes on your work, guys, more notoriety, more eyes on your work. So even if you don't win, you still win, guys. It's worth it. It's completely worth it. The last call to action I entered got me a lot of people on my work, even though, you know, I didn't actually finish the comic. It's still on season 1 because I'm busy with season 2 at the moment. I'm revamping season 1 because I've gotten so much better. So I'm just revamping because it looks like absolute trash and I want to make a book out of that comic. So I'm doing my own thing with that comic. There's a lot of other comics that I have that I still have to finish. It's all in season 1. I have to get to season 2, and it's a short comic, so like I want to get it done. But now here's another comic that also I'm doing now for this contest, and I want to get that done as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.